Hello and welcome back to LSL's coverage of LUTI. We're here with the finals of Div 7 America. I'm Brush on the mic with me. Sorry, is Joy. And how you doing this morning? Afternoon, night?
Morning. Morning.
This time of day.
Yes, it's night here in Americas. Which
Yeah.
you'll be seeing right now for the sun, but the Europeans or Australians is day. So you're right about that in the first half.
I am in a part of the world. What do you mean? No, how you doing? What are you thinking here?
It kind of. Okay, now it definitely sounds like you have been woken. That you just woken up.
All right.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, we're going into the finals here. PowerInk versus Typhoon, a highly awaited match. PowerInk, we've seen some gamma results from them in low ink. Typhoon sticking just really to LUTI here, but we're gonna move in round one. Clam Blitz on Inkblot Art Academy. Tell me what you think of the comps we're gonna see.
Well, in the comps, we will definitely see from Typhoon. We will see, if you remember the TFT from last week, we will see definitely we would see maybe a junior, and we would see, oh yeah, we will definitely see that. The junior, the 52 1-trick coming back again, Pill. We do see the back line of Geo, and we see the slate of cones, the
Right.
kind of heavy splash. But for the side of Power Inc, we do see the junior again trading back, but we have a sniper this time with actually a bomb rush. We do see a squeezer. They're coming out, and we do see the Splash Neo. So double bombs on the side of Power Inc.
Yeah, we saw Junior charging a quick armor on the left side. The 52 taking on the side of Typhoon, taking an aggressive start in the center there, and that's going to open up the field and allow Typhoon to have a good control. And we see the Junior kind of cooped up here on their plat, trying to move forward. They're going to drop eventually here, getting enough paint control. Missiles are going to come out though, and it's going to put them into a 3v3 situation. Two specials ready on the side of Power Inc. The armor player going down though, and that opens the door for Typhoon to try to get some specials of their own and some clams together. The bombers are going to get popped on both sides of the turf here as Typhoon moves onto this plat.
Splash actually making the beta go well and actually killing off the armor player with the screens are going down as well. The push was actually really necessary in that sense, but they didn't have a ball at all because this slam is you need a ball to actually have an open, and the wall from the sniper actually saved them an actual little push as well as they're trying to go for sneak. But right now the map control for Typhoon is really heavy, and they do have more of an aggressive kind of weapon comp if you think about it, because of the 52 gal and because of the splash as well. With the sniper going down, this will be the chance for actually Typhoon to push with the ball.
For sure. I mean, something not talked about nearly enough on this map mode is just how stagnant it can be as we see Typhoon here. They don't want to get stuck there in that mid game and that neutral, so they're gonna get this ball in. They're gonna throw some clams. Bubbles are gonna be popped on the side of Power Inc. as just some of these clams are cheesed in by this junior on the edge of the plat here. They're gonna get all the way down to 44, which is well past that 60-point mark, and still gonna keep two down on the side of Power Inc. The junior and the squeezer, as they're just gonna try to chuck a couple more clams in, not quite wanting to end this push. All the way down to 35 here as the splash comes in for some last second defense. 26, they're gonna try to chuck some more clams in, all the way down to 23 down on the side of Power Inc. Typhoon is looking to KO. One more clam is gonna be the game, and there you go. One push, and Typhoon has set the pace for the rest of the evening.
Okay, basically saying that, yeah, that one push is definitely necessarily really good for the side of Typhoon. Having the most aggression, the junior actually staying alive in the last one moment was definitely crucial. If they actually had the kill on the junior, they wouldn't have a pop anymore because they had the actual armor that actually kept it going, and the respawn of the clams went to the paper of Typhoon. So that was honestly just a really lucky push for Typhoon to actually get it and actually take the first win in a dominant fashion actually as well, because of maybe the sniper being down.
Right, they found that pick on the sniper, and right as I was about to say, they don't want to get stuck in this neutral game, which is a real fear on Clam Blitz Inkblot Art Academy. They proved that they were not only going to not be stuck in neutral, they're not going to be stuck in the map mode at all, and they're going to force a round 2 tower control on Anchovy Games. What are your thoughts here?
Well, honestly, for this, as we've seen from last week, Typhoon really is pretty strong in something like tower control and Rainmaker as well. Because of the match against Ink Bashes when going down to game 8, we saw for Typhoon, their end, they were really dominant on the tower control and Rainmaker, mostly going for the KO. But for Power Inc, mostly for them, it's just they don't want to be in a panic position. Because in the Clam Blitz match, really, in the end, when they were when they were all pushes, they were really just panicking on who to kill. So if they actually calm down in that match right now, Town Control is definitely more lenient of you need to calm down. It would be possible for them to get the point there.
I think definitely mindset is something to consider here as we move into the second round. PowerInk, they were shown that if one little mistake can mess them up, and they're gonna use that information and change their comp a little bit. On the side of Typhoon, bringing out that K shot. On the side of PowerInk, though, going for the VDS with missiles and a zap for armor instead of the Junior. That armor's gonna get popped, and they're gonna look to try to fight for this mid.
Yeah, and honestly, it's surprising. It's a surprising change for the Junior to the Zap, but the Zap is has more accuracy, so there'll be more chances for actually Sweet to actually get more kills with it. But on the side of Typhoon, they actually have a missile now, so that's actually pretty good.
For sure. We see Typhoon here doing a good job holding on this right side. The missiles are going to force him back a little bit and prove that they were maybe a little bit too clumped up. The cave shot there on the left fan, looking to make some space, but the sniper on that right fan on the side of PowerInk is doing a good job forcing him back. Stingray is going to come out for the side of Typhoon, and it's going to force a 2-down situation. The cave shot there looking for those last couple picks. They're going to find one. The other one's going to be able to jump out, and this is going to be Typhoon with the first push.
And Typhoon's really good special coordination in that little sense. Actually, having the Junior pop the armor with the Stingray coming out as well, with the baller at the same time, basically having PowerInk to fall back and actually go back to a corner with that 3-down sense, and having the sniper only jump back. And it really, again, right now, Typhoon is just showing the dominant fashion that they are still with Tower Control going to the second checkpoint now. Well, for PowerInk, they really don't know how to move up forward with every special popping up on Typhoon. They're really just giving them an advantage.
Right, we saw a good job getting the missiles charged there midway through the push, forcing the charge a little bit back on the big wall. And finally, it looks like PowerInk is going to be able to find the 2 picks they needed and back them up and finally be able to get out of this push. But all the way down to 33 through the first 2 checkpoints and maybe a little bit farther there is going to be a hard record to beat. 3 specials ready on the side of PowerInk. They're going to pop Bomb Rush, missiles, and armor, leaving the Stingray for last. The Zap, though, is going to go down a little bit, unfortunately, leaving a 3v4 situation as they look to push. The Charger now being forced to hold the tower, but with their Stingray ready, that might be a challenge.
Yeah, but honestly, it seems like the armor was actually popped up a little bit too early, and actually the bomb was actually used for a bit of map control, but it seems like a bit of pop too early as well. But with that, Typhoon actually gets the 3 down against PowerInk, and now that's a wipe actually for the side of PowerInk. So they have most of the map control, and we can see from the map that there's still a lot of map control for the side of Typhoon. If PowerInk can actually get multiple wipes at this point, but actually with the bomb down getting from Snow, that'll be really it.
Yeah, I mean, just a good job finding the picks. PowerInk on this defense, not wanting the same thing that happened the first time to happen again. They're going to be able to find 2 picks down, forcing the Junior and the Gal there back a little bit to the left side. But PowerInk has got to pull some big plays. They've had specials now, and they've burned them once to try to get a push going. And they've got specials again here. The missiles, armor, and Stingray ready against just the armor on the side of Typhoon, but they look a little bit tentative to want to use them. The missiles are going to come out on the side of Typhoon to try to wreak some havoc into the side of PowerInk. They're going to pop all of their specials here. Or sorry, just missiles and armor. Baller on the side of Typhoon is going to come out, and they're going to find a nice pick on these VDSs. 2 go down on the other side of Typhoon, possibly opening the door for a PowerInk push.
With the PowerInk push actually going down. Well, yeah, really right now, just the armor going down, and the specials mostly going on the side of PowerInk. They just not pushing right now because they know that Typhoon has having the advantage 4 up, and again, the cage on the K Gal is mostly a big menace for PowerInk to actually go through. But with the bomb rush actually going out, it's possible that PowerInk can actually get pushed right here, but actually Snow having a little bit of an issue, and I think that might be the K shot. And so with that, they need to push back, and Typhoon is still having the big on lead.
Right, Typhoon doing a good job dominating this middle game, not wanting anything to happen from PowerInk. No scares of a push here. I mean, denying them even a checkpoint. It looks like PowerInk is a little bit willing to be the responder in terms of specials, not wanting to be the first one to pop them, and that's making their neutral a little bit harder. And we see on this push here, Typhoon is able to get a beautiful wipe. 2 picks going down to that 52 Gal, opening the door for even more points on the tower possibly. The VDS on this respawn now, leaving a 4v4 situation, but a difficult area to defend in and the zap on the side of PowerInk is going to fall off the map, denying their armor. Armor and Ball are coming online on the side of Typhoon, and now looking to get through the third checkpoint and even KO as the timer gets down to 20 seconds.
Oh, really spicy pick on the side of Anon on the sniper, but again, that might not be worth it because 30 seconds left. Comes being the last one alive, falling back to base. Snow and the rest of Power just really needs map control badly to actually just keep the match going. But as of right now, we do see the one sniper on tower, and with everyone doing missiles, the bomb was actually going in save, and the Stingray is still going in save as well. The bomb was actually going down. The CDS going down. The K-Shot's going down, though, but actually Derpy being the last one live on the tower, giving Typhoon the second win.
Right. I mean, if you're PowerInk right now, you're going back to the drawing board and you're saying, look, we are struggling with this neutral game. We're struggling to break out here and take control on their side of the map. What can we do to fix that? On the side of Typhoon, I mean, they want to keep this pressure up. They feel the momentum. They feel it going well for them. And they just got to win a couple more matches, and they'll be able to take this set in a dominant fashion. 2-0 for them. As we move into Game 3, Splat Zones on the Reef. What are your thoughts here?
For Splat Zones on the Reef, this would be a possibility for PowerInk to actually come back from this, because for them, they have a good comp really on what they have, but Typhoon with the missiles actually having a little bit of advantage.
Sorry, we just got word that is the wrong map on stream, or on screen there, sorry. But either way, I mean, definitely, sorry, the correction is Spot Zones on Tower on Anchovy was the wrong map, yeah?
Wait.
This next one, sorry, is Splat Zones on Anchovy. So we're going to see some more Anchovy action here coming up from PowerInk versus Typhoon. Typhoon up 2-0 in the set.
No, but it's going to be Splat Zones on the Reef. Yeah, the wrong match right now, but honestly, we can just see the drip going on right now.
Right, on our end, we get some beautiful Splat Zones on Anchovy action, and I suppose on your end as well, apparently. Here we go. Some great stuff. We see Typhoon here in their spawn, not wanting to break these LUTI rules. PowerInk on the other side, going to be able to get the cap, opting to push all the way up here and go into, I don't know.
But we just let's see this dripping happen. Let's see if a dripping actually happens. Let's see if both teams are nice enough to actually do a final match dripping. Or they're just gonna say it like that, then
Either way, we're gonna move into some Splat Zones on the Reef here next. What are your thoughts on that map move? What do you think about the comps? What do you think about these two teams facing off on it?
if you're saying about right now, Typhoon knows, so they didn't change. But for the side of PowerInk, it does look like they're going to stick with that comp. So we might be seeing the Umbrella and the BDS coming back again on that because of the two zones actually. So that's really crucial to have it with Rain if they want to go with that path. And was there a clash match on the side of PowerInk?
There was a Clash Buster there. I'm not sure if that's the weapons they're gonna pick moving into zones on the Reef. Maybe a little bit too much of a giveaway, but we'll certainly find out shortly. Zones on the Reef, I think a big part of it is on this lockout, controlling bridge. That top mid is a great area to call out the right side flank, to call out anyone moving through alley. But at the same time, it leaves you a little bit more vulnerable, and it's a little bit harder to cap the zone. You have to drop down there, and that might leave you a little bit at risk. So seeing how these two teams fight with that issue on this lockout and possibly try to mitigate that problem as they fight for control.
Yeah, but honestly, what are you saying about the control? About the junior though, with the junior on the top and bridge, they can just splatter the junior weapon left and right, and because of the RNG of the weapon itself, that actually being kind of low, you can just spread the map and just actually get one of the zones actually with the junior itself, and just throw a bomb on the other side with the support to actually cap the zone if you're on bridge. But mostly if you have the bridge, yes, definitely you will have a little bit of problems to keep control of it because you'll be actually having the main target. But actually with the Hydra, that might actually not be a problem at all for Typhoon, since if they have the bridge, they can basically just camp the players.
There you go. We see the Splash-O-Matic there and the 52 gal popping on that top mid, trying to get control. Armor coming out on both sides, and Armor popped a little bit early on the side of PowerInk. Is going to leave him a little bit exposed here for a second as this Zap looks to push up here and get some control and ramp. That's going to force PowerInk all the way back out to their court area, onto the plat, as Typhoon gets the first push here. Bomb rush ready for PowerInk to push back in, but now they're just got to find the picks to give them the advantage. Their VDS are going to go down, leaving them in a 3v4 and going to help Typhoon expand their lead.
But the BDS going down for the spot, and the 52 guys he pop going up with the end zap, and again the Hydra staying up in the middle. Basically, PowerInk is stuck stuck behind bait. They're going to try to find a way out. Mostly, if one of them try to go for a sneak, maybe Snow with the splash, it would be really possible. Actually, all of them going for splash is actually a big possibility. They have one zone, but actually goes immediately back to the side of Typhoon. And with the blue coming out, that might be last.
PowerInk storming the zone here, trying to get anything they can. They're going to find a 3v2 situation here, but with one of their VDS going offline, it's going to put them a little bit at risk. The Junior is going to find a way into the zone, though. Going to clean up the mess, going to be able to cap the zone and apply some penalty points to the side of Typhoon. But PowerInk here, their job is to get their specials ready, find a way into zone, and be able to work as a team to find the picks and use their specials. Armor and missiles ready. The 52 on the other side on Typhoon, though, has their Bria. Armor now online for that Hydra. Missiles are going to come out along with the Armor and the bomb rush, the second bomb rush being held, waiting for possibly a lockout use. But Bria's going to come out on the side of Typhoon. That's going to find 2 picks, beautifully done, and it's going to force PowerInk out of the zone again, and force the bomb rush out of that fire feed.
Again with the bomb rush on the side of PowerInk, and actually them capping up for a little bit, it saved them some time to actually get to the win. But actually, as of right now, as of this whole match, PowerInk was being stuck to a wall. The only chance of pushing was actually going up and doing special, but they always been in a death because of that. With the Hydra still having a standstill, and the ends up into the KL just popping off the line, just going for the aggro, and with that, yeah, that would be going to Typhoon.
Wow. I mean, Typhoon capped that zone. They said, our Hydra has more range. Come and get us. And they stood on that top mid, as you mentioned, and they controlled it. PowerInk trying to find any way in. The only time they were able to cap a zone and apply some points was to that left side flank. The rest of them, though, trying to find a way in through right side. And it's not going to work out with that Hydra calling him out and using that range. And that's going to leave Typhoon in a 3-0 in this, in the Div 7 finals. As we move into Game 4, Rainmaker on Snapper Canal.
For right now, Typhoon is on full speed right now with PowerInk really on a scare tactic. Because for right now, Typhoon is really reading PowerInk like a book. They're being really predictable. For PowerInk, if one of them sneaked, that would have been a big opportunity, because they've been grouping up so much together. They need to find a way to be more aggressive. They're playing somewly more defense, mostly trying to get as much pain as possible. But if one of them at least tries to go for the kills, and that's mostly going to be the aggros, so mostly Snow and maybe Scroll together, it could be really possible for them to get a point off this. And definitely with Rainmaker, you will have to go in aggro, no doubt.
For sure. I mean, something we've seen from Typhoon really well, and we saw it from game 1, that Clam Blitz on Inkblot, was their ability to hold prolonged pushes. They were able to open that basket, keep pressure in, use their resources, and they got all the way down to that 100-0. We saw that again in tower control. We saw that in Justin, and that locked out on splat zones on the Reef. And so as we move into Rainmaker here, there might be an opportunity for PowerInk to play with aggression, as you said, and play fast and play quick and get those points on the board in what we call a Rainmaker push. So it'll be interesting to see how Typhoon responds.
Yeah, but it's just the only issue for right now PowerInk. It's just the mechanical skill against Typhoon. Typhoon definitely is showing a lot of mechanical skill, but for PowerInk, I think they never met before, so they're just warming up to Typhoon. Maybe right now we might be seeing a start of the comeback.
Right, we see a double shredder abilities on PowerInk, hoping for those quick pops, but double shredder on the side of Typhoon as well, and that's going to give him the first pop. Missiles and bomb rush, or missiles and armor, sorry, ready on the side of Typhoon as they're going to pop the missiles. Armor being held possibly a little bit longer to retaliate to PowerInk's Zap's armor, and that's going to put them in a 2v2 situation. The Junior's going to go down, but find a trade on the splash, and the VDS are going to find another pick, but they're going to somehow leave the Scope Charger alone, and that's going to leave the door open for Typhoon to grab the Rainmaker and possibly make some momentum.
Again, for right now, Typhoon actually the Rainmaker pick up from Derpy was actually got killed by because of the splash jump, so that was actually a really good pick for anyone to do that. But actually for right now, again, Pill just waiting here on in A, trying to go for a steam, maybe trying to get double scenario, actually going out to what, killing the sniper. Maybe she does. It's basically that would be an open push right now for Typhoon with the armor coming out in the last second. It's basically a 2v1 situation on the side of Typhoon with the Rainmaker.
A vital pick there on the side, finding that charger, and that was the win condition that we saw, and immediately Typhoon grabbed the Rainmaker, but ultimately they're gonna end up in a 2-down situation, and that's gonna be the end of their push. But now PowerInk is gonna grab the Rainmaker, they're gonna go down, ending in a 3v4 situation as we look to simplify this mid game with turf control in their favor.
Yeah, and with the simplify with turf control, basically that's what you need to actually have a push. Typhoon actually had a really good story, but they didn't have a Rainmaker push at all. If they actually capitalized on that earlier, they would have made it up to maybe a 40. But as of right now, with them having the ease, basically Typhoon is kind of struggling a bit to do the map control.
GG Ray ready on the side. GG Ray ready on the side of PowerInk, and that's gonna hopefully they're gonna find that pick for that scope to try to find the opportunity to push up. The missiles are gonna come out, baller ready, armor ready, and they're gonna pop missiles and Ray together. Specials and retaliation on the side of PowerInk coming out. Storm and armor. They're gonna look to take control of mid here as Typhoon is being pushed back. PowerInk finally showing some aggression and showing some ability to hold this mid game.
Yeah, but honestly, the points is actually 95 to 94 right now, or maybe 94 to 93 on the side of Typhoon actually having the lead because of that single point. So right now, all this, it's just a stalemate unless someone pushes off of that middle base.
That's exactly what Typhoon is looking to do here. They're going to grab the Rainmaker, try to use its range. They're going to take the lead, even though it's not a ton. But they're going to find, hopefully, looking for these picks, finding the way to push PowerInk back. Typhoon is going to rotate this Rainmaker around left side, but PowerInk is going to do a skillful job rotating there and finding the picks as well. They're going to find 2 down, leaving the Rainmaker and 2 other players alive on Typhoon, and that's going to be the pick. And the end of the push, finding a full wipe, is PowerInk as they look now to try to get a fast Rainmaker push.
PowerInk is definitely responding from the last few games, to say, and really right now with them having full control of right, they need someone to wake up the Rainmaker, maybe try to get for another pick and actually go for a push. But as of right now, 2 down the side of PowerInk, 3 down the side of PowerInk now. Typhoon again able to go in for a push. With PowerInk having 3 down last time, they should have really pushed him down.
Right, this is Typhoon's opportunity to really get points on the board, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to get all the way down to 69 before they're going to have to back up and go down, leaving a 4v2 situation. The V-Jet as well going down, leaving a 3v1, that splash on that respawn, and now PowerInk trying to do just what happened to them a second ago. They're going to be able to take the lead, get all the way down to 39, which is a respectable push on this map, especially with how slow this game has been so far.
And definitely with the time as well, going down to 90 seconds left. With Typhoon, they seem like a bit of a chill because they have more map control going to Power's base for PowerInk. Again, they're panicking a lot to really get into the base, and that was really just one lucky push on their end. But they've been a lot of life, and actually that was a DC in the last 2 minutes, so this game will actually count in the match. So with 55 seconds remaining, PowerInk will have to try to play the most defense as possible while they are fighting this 3v4.
Right. I mean, the first time PowerInk has really been up on the board is going to be met with a disconnect from their CDS player. The thing is going to come out and find 2 picks, leaving a 2v2 situation, including that DC. The V-Jet there in the bunker being chased down by the Zap as they look to now get the pop in a 2v3, in a 4v3, an eternal 4v3 situation. The Zap is going to fall off the map, opening the door for Typhoon to get the pop and possibly push in, this time with no Stingray ready, and they're gonna get stopped at 43 and 3 down. The Junior forced to back up into mid. 20 seconds left on the clock. PowerInk is gonna grab this Rainmaker and try to stall it in their spawn, and with a disconnect, it's hard to say anything less is a good idea.
This is all you just need for the side of PowerInk. They need to go back even further and just play the same. But Pill actually trying to get the kill with 5 seconds remaining. 3. Oh no!
But with one pop and one grab, that's going to be the win for side of Typhoon. Just the V-Jet alive. The PowerInk is going to get the pop, and with a disconnect, get points on the board 3-1 in this set.
Wow. A bit sad for the side of Typhoon actually going down. They really just had the DC and he lost to a DC. But honestly, props to PowerInk actually playing the strategy of actually going back into base with the Waymaker, where that's actually allowed in this kind of scenario. So actually, we're going to have more of an interesting set. We're not going to see a 5-0 here.
Definitely not. I mean, I said it at the beginning of the set, and I'll say it again. PowerInk, or Typhoon's ability to play slow, prolonged pushes is no match for a quick, fast-paced push like PowerInk got halfway through that game, being able to push it up that ramp and just get points in the board. And as we move into Clamlets on Humpback Pump Track, another very fast-paced map, PowerInk might have a doorway here and an opportunity to take a win and get more points on the board and try to tie up this set.
But again, the last time Inkflower, Cameo, Columbus, Typhoon won that, and they were the faster pace, more quicker speed on that kind of map and the mode itself. So really, it's all really just based on PowerInk's speed again. If they can just pull that off and maybe be more coordinated and maybe try to go more coordinated specials as well, they can definitely get the win off this.
Typhoon, on the other hand, might be having a conversation in their voice chat about how to play safer, to play more collected. Taking possibly too many trades in that last game opened the door for PowerInk to say, I know exactly where these last two people alive are, and I'm just going to push it this way into safety. And so Typhoon possibly wanted to go back to the drawing board here and play maybe a little more collected, a little more together, and a little bit stronger as just one fortress, one team.
Yeah, or maybe just in the last case scenario that because of the last 30 seconds, they were actually not in the lead. They actually, in the last few seconds, they were actually panicking and actually trying to go for the Mimic as much as possible. And that actual really crucial pick on the side of PowerInk, getting them to 43, made them in a last second scenario, last effort really, to try to pick up the Mimic and just actually go for the kill. But with them getting doubled, right, that would be really it for the side of Typhoon to actually get that final kill. So now with PowerInk maybe having the momentum as we wait for the last player to come in.
Right.
What do you think about Clemens come back?
I mean, it's certainly a fast-paced map, as I said. A big part of it is being able to control above where the goal kind of is on the plat near that Rainmaker goal, but also being able to score from the bottom, being able to have that fast-paced clam retrieval. So having that right side flank or that left side, someone getting all the way up towards the basket there and just holding the area is super crucial to having a good, strong push on this map, something we know Typhoon has been able to do quite well.
Yeah, but honestly, for PowerInk, what do you think they would need to do in this set right now? With them getting the first win in the set, what do you think will be needed for them to keep on going?
Look, I hate to say it'll come down to comps, but part of me is thinking, you know, in that last match we saw the untraditional, the comp Typhoon knows and loves with that 52 deco with the Stingray, and possibly PowerInk, that opening the door, that less traditional pick might be less traditional for a reason, and PowerInk using that to their advantage and playing faster pace, not knowing the Stingrays will come less quickly. So I hate to say it'll come down to comps, but it's quite possible, you know, PowerInk pulling out possibly a meta weapon for this map mode, like something like X-Blosher or the opposite on Typhoon, playing with a less meta weapon on that map mode, could give the opportunity for PowerInk to take advantage, and as long as they recognize it and can capitalize, that can be the win for PowerInk just like that.
Definitely agreeable, but that's honestly really scary actually if you say about that, because if they try to go for meta kind of comp, it could go either way, because if none of them play meta, that would be kind of scary. But we did see that actually one of them does play a splash, so it might be possible for that. But as well with the comps, again, mechanical skill as well might be the only thing to actually have PowerInk to get another point as well, because again, Typhoon seems well more coordinated in that sense. With mechanical skill for PowerInk, they've been kind of trippy a bit and they've been kind of panicking a lot. So if they calm down again, they could definitely get the win off this.
Right, we see PowerInk Blues on our end hopping back into the lobby here, and we're gonna get going in a minute. The last thing you want after your first win in a very dominating set is to DC and have to wait to restart your game or restart your internet. So PowerInk here possibly trying to get back into the mindset, get the momentum going again, as you said earlier, and really just pedal to the metal and try to take this next match. And that's what we see on our end. I mean, PowerInk already ready up. Typhoon maybe taking a little bit longer, trying to bleed them out of their momentum.
I think that's actually maybe Pill or Derby actually winning up being the Almost Spam as they are, and Pill being the 52, but maybe going with the K52 this time instead of the 52 Gal Deco.
Right, definitely Stingray here on Clam Blitz. Not as useful, you know, GG Ray doesn't quite work in the same sense. You don't have quite the moving target that you do in Rainmaker. So definitely interesting what we're going to see in these comps as we get going into round 5. PowerInk versus Typhoon, LUTI Div 7 finals.
It will be definitely possible that we might be seeing a splash. We definitely will be seeing the sniper coming back again inside of PowerInk. But what would be the other two comps on the side of PowerInk?
Ooh, a laggy opening and a DC already.
Again. That was some blue as well.
Well, so they're gonna be able to not play this, I believe.
They are not going to be able to play this.
Oh, and a second DC.
There's no
Charlie's
questions?
gonna disappear. They're tossing clams here, so clearly they want Typhoon to quick KO. But unfortunate events here is in these finals. PowerInk has to find something with their internet here to figure it out. I mean, an awful series of events with the dominating Typhoon in the first 3 matches, and then the DCs now. Typhoon putting these clams in the basket, you finding the clams and then throwing them at the basket. They are putting the clams into the basket. They put the clams into the basket.
When you see it. When you see it.
There you go. And that is game. No.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I mean, I feel like we've kind of touched on everything there is to say here. I talked about mentality a little bit earlier. PowerInk possibly trying to get their head in the game and really just grind this out. I mean, I can't imagine where they're at right now with the disconnects and trying to be on the back foot and work from behind. So certainly a battle, an uphill climb they're going to be facing here as we try to get going with Game 5.
They need to find a sub. They definitely need to find a sub because blue DC'd twice right now. And I think the Cypher DC'd because of actually that warning of saying that there's a way to disconnect. So basically to actually stop playing, they said to actually the Cypher actually DC'd an Aaron. So wait for this, on the roster they still have an extra player, or actually 2 more players from you saying that they played low ink in the past. They do have 2 players on the roster, but we don't know if they actually are in there for LUTI. So with this, if they can get the extra player in, or maybe Jazz, or maybe the other player after that, it could be possible that they can actually go into this.
I mean, I said the last thing you want is to be on the back foot like this, but no, maybe I think the last thing you want here is me playing with a sub in the finals.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, PowerInk trying to find everything they can, but they're not gonna be able to play with their normal roster here. You know where they might be able to though, Shorian. You know where they might be able to play with their
Oh yeah.
That's right. Little Squid League. Little Squid League is coming back after a hiatus for LUTI. LSL 13 is going to be on the 10th of July at 1 p.m. EST. We'll try to get the link in chat for you there for the Battlefy and the Discord. If you're not in here, definitely sign up. It's a cap tournament for the lowest level teams. Super competitive stuff. I believe it's
Div 6 to Div 8 only. Div
6 to Div 8, thank you. So definitely come check out the tournament. It's super competitive. There are multiple brackets for different top cuts, and interesting stuff here. Back to the game though, it looks like we do have a sub in here, replacing Blue with Squeeg.
Oh, interesting. But yeah, but actually, I was saying from from us as well. Again, be sure to join now with be seeing familiar faces as commentators. Kidding again, coming back, and also with HO as soon. Pretty fog. But yeah, back to the game. Squeak coming back. Was Squeak actually ever in the match at all? Maybe game 1?
I don't remember seeing Squeak, so you know, definitely not the first roster they wanted to put forward, but that does not mean they can't take this match. I mean, Typhoon maybe not ready for the comp switches we're going to see going forward, and they're going to take a moment here in on our end, readying up and getting a game strategy, getting a game plan ready. Typhoon just absolutely dominating those first 2 maps, had trouble in the mid game in round 4 on that Rainmaker. So PowerInk really just trying to do everything they can, work as a team, get the points, put Typhoon on the back foot, and prove that they have what it takes to win this set. Here we go, Clan Blitz on Humpback Pump Track.
Honestly, we might see maybe some hope or some big play for Squeak. Actually, Squeak playing the army this time is going to actually play a Nod. So that's really going to be a full-on content with PowerInk definitely going with a meta aggro hump on the side of Typhoon. They're going actually pleased with Gio actually playing now with the heavy remakes going with the Booyah.
No here, trying to find a quick bomb rush, possibly looking to take control. I mean, that Ancient is going to do a good job controlling that plat, as we talked about, on pushing and possibly holding a lockout, keeping him back. But for now, I mean, just a fight for mid game, looking to find the picks. They need to open it up, and Typhoon's going to be the first one to strike, getting that splash down. Specials ready on both sides. The blue on the side of Typhoon, the bomb rush and Inkjet ready on the other side, as they look now to put clams together and possibly get a ball. The Stingray coming out early.
And actually, the Stingray cutting off the Nod and cutting off the Sniper, which is actually really good to play. So they don't have the range. It's only the end up, and that's going down with only the splash left. There will be really just time for Typhoon to actually pop in and actually go for a ball, but with no ball, and actually the bomb was coming out, saving them some time.
Oh, Typhoon's trying to toss clams there. We saw the Renix throwing the ball just a tiny bit too early before it was formed, and that's going to give PowerInk time to respawn and regroup. That's exactly what they're going to do here, ending up in a 3v3 situation. That Remix on the respawn. Armor ready on the side of Typhoon though, but with the 52 going down, a push is looking less and less likely as PowerInk looks to take control of mid.
Again, that's right now, this is a stalemate that we've all been seeing as much before, and we saw that bit in the Clamped match. But honestly, for Typhoon, they had a wipe in the first half, and they actually made it to the lead. And actually, with PowerInk having 2 specials this time, they're definitely going in the backfield and definitely getting enough clams to actually go for a pop right now. With Squeak having at least 9 clams right now, they can definitely go for the push.
Finding the 2 picks they needed to both of those players having specials ready, and the ball is going to be ready here, and PowerInk is going to be the first one to strike on the board basically for the first time in this series. We see the 52 here dropping to try to find the pick. They're going to find the Nautilus going down, and that's going to leave them in a down situation, but the Splash getting a good job flanking all the way up to the top, and that's going to put their points on the board, getting them all the way down to 44, a commanding lead if you're PowerInk.
Yeah, Snow actually going down the ladder, and that would be a team wipe on the side of PowerInk. But honestly, as of right now, with going down to 44, that's definitely a good pop for now. And honestly, for actually Squeak actually playing Normer, that seems like actually a really good play for them, because he seems like he's more sneaky and more stealthy. So with them actually having the football, and with Squeak actually being more of a slippery player on that end up, that definitely seems that PowerInk actually has more momentum or more breathing room to actually go in and go for points.
Armor's going to be popped on both sides here as the 52 gets back into the play, grabbing that pity, showing that they want to get points on the board and they want to be the ones to push here. Bomb rush ready on the side of PowerInk, along with that 2 bomb rushes, but one of them's going to go down that Stingray. Stingray's going to find 2 crucial picks. The Booyah helping and aiding there, and now points going on the board with a 3-down situation on the side of PowerInk. It's going to be hard to defend this lead. And there you go. There you see the lead pop, and more clams around the area. Typhoon just has to find this pick on the splash if they want, and that's exactly what they're going to do.
Oh, if PowerInk actually got that 52 gun in a sense, and actually getting the ends up as well, getting the left, they actually denied the clam from going in. Wow.
PowerInk down, a 4v2 situation, Inkjet ready. They're going to have to get that armor, but with the scope going down, scope firefang going down, pushing into mid here is going to be hard. We see Squirrel here backing up and looking to take back control of the mid and take back control of their goal area. They're going to find a pick on a 52 guy, which is going to be a little bit crucial. Armor ready and coming out. Bomb Rush and Inkjet sitting idle, ready to be popped. They're going to find that 52 still not respawn. It's going to give them the opportunity to pop the Bomb Rush, take control of mid. The Inkjet coming out as well, hoping to find a pick. They're going to find a pick on the splash and now moving to mid.
With the bomber train actually going out, there's basically a race of either the bombers, but actually with PowerInk, they actually having the lead because of the kill on the pass as well. It's actually giving them a bit more after score, but it ends up going down. With the splash scope going down as well, the ball carrier, and now they're not going down because they were actually chased because of Typhoon being all together. Typhoon will be having another push to lead.
Right, PowerInk not quite able there to push into mid and take control, and that's going to give Typhoon the opportunity to push into the basket again, try to chip down those penalty points. It doesn't look like they're going to be quite able to get rid of them, but definitely keeping the pressure there as the splash gets around the edge, and they're going to get a couple more climbs in. The 52 just wanting to keep up this pressure, not let PowerInk sit passively for any seconds, and that's going to lead them into a 3v2 situation on this respawn.
Yeah, and as of right now, really just PowerInk is definitely in a panic scenario for Typhoon. They're just really trying to go for as much defense as possible, trying to go for as much stalemate as possible for PowerInk to not score any points on the clan match because the score is just off by 22. But plus the penalties, so that means PowerInk will need to have at least 3 clans itself to actually get the lead off this. But as of right now, with 10 seconds remaining, 3 spots coming out. The Pity Clan on the side of PowerInk still alive.
DCs.
Wait,
what? The zap on the side of PowerInk disconnects as we move into overtime, and Typhoon is just going to put it all together here and end it early, put PowerInk out of their misery, but it seems like nothing is going their way. It seems like everything is going in favor of Typhoon right now.
This is honestly a scary moment for him right now for PowerInk. They actually had a good opportunity to actually get the lead on that sense. But on the PowerInk getting the 3 down again, if PowerInk actually kept together and not go solo in that final sense, getting 3 down and getting Typhoon to have all the mid control, they definitely could have got the point off there. But as of right now, yeah, nothing seems like it's going fit PowerInk's way with the DC at the end of Squeak, the new player subbing in. What is this game?
I'm not sure if there's gonna be a conversation of switching hosts. I don't think there is. Spotzone's on Mako Mart is next though, as Typhoon is looking for this match point ending 5-1. They've proved they know how to hold the lockout. They've proved they know how to do it. And with PowerInk's, I'm sure, mental struggles right now, Blue hopping back into the lobby, now playing with Squeak. Definitely trying to find the synergy they need here is gonna be key.
This is a last resort for them. They either just want to go down with a point as well, or they just end it here. But $20 a year, folks. $20 a year.
Yeah, I mean those Windows 95 checks just not quite, Windows XP, whatever it is, not quite doing PowerInk the justice they need as we move into this round 6 match point for Typhoon. PowerInk, I'm sure at this point looking to do it. Apparently not only is it not 95 or XP, it's 98, and I should just shut up and quit my job as a commentator.
Go to bed, Flash. Go to bed.
Here we go, though. PowerInk possibly looking to have some more forcing specials, trying to pull out the Booyah, trying to pull out that Bomb Rush. Typhoon maybe wanting to do the same. Stingray yet again not being the wisest pick for his zones, but on such a small map, I mean, there's definitely the argument for it to work on the side of Typhoon. And on some level, I mean, this feels almost like a victory lap with everything going in their way. But PowerInk might, I don't know, try to get their head in the game still and really fight for it as we move into this match point for Typhoon.
As you see right now, wait for PowerInk, what they need to do to maybe not have a DC happen for their side. Wait, is that double armor?
That's a double zap comp, which isn't unheard of. But the Bomb Rush and double Bomb Rush as well. Double armor, double Bomb Rush is a little bit foreign. But on the side of Typhoon, the red zap coming out is going to give him a missile spam. I mean, 52 going down early, but one of the zaps on the side of PowerInk is going to go down as well, making that a fair trade. Typhoon now looking to hold control of zone with armor and Zap 89's missiles ready. A Squiffer is such a bizarre pick here.
Okay, for this, honestly, for PowerInk, they want for this, they really just want to defend it as quick as possible for them, so they might not have any issues or scenarios going into the last half of the game. But with the double end zap comp of armor, this would be actually really good since you have the second to third life on the side of Typhoon. Then when going with a no armor comp, it's definitely really new, but going with the missile storm instead definitely counted that because
not a no armor comp. That Squiffer has armor.
Oh wait,
we see it coming out right there. Typhoon on that lockout, that 52 got finding 3 picks as now specials come out with 24 ticks left on the clock. PowerInk throwing everything they can. Bomb rush coming out on both sides. This 52 got looking for the picks they need. 14 ticks left on the clock. A 3v3 situation, but a 3v2 situation. PowerInk might have an opportunity here to cap with 2 seconds left. 1 second, and there you have it. Typhoon winning 5-1 in the set. Demanding fashion. No arguing that.
Demanding fashion for sure. They haven't been aggressive, but this is going to see just kind of depressing kind of finals because of the DCs that's happened.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say if PowerInk without their issues would have been able to really take the lead and make it a more competitive set, but I mean, getting points on the board is going to be vital. So there you have it. I mean, Typhoon, a team that we have not seen in other tournaments, but looked like they formed for LUTI, and they proved that they were going to win LUTI. So there you go. LUTI Div 7 America champions goes to Typhoon. PowerInk taking that silver medal, possibly not in the fashion they wanted to. Jorian, what are your closing thoughts here?
Really, just for PowerInk, again, we'll see them in low ink. That's a definitely concern. But for Typhoon, they've been around actually. They've been doing they did the Fire Invitational actually, and they fought against really crucial Div 6 teams. So that's honestly a really good thing on that. So they've been around, and honestly for the players of Typhoon themselves, they seem like a bit of a higher level as well against PowerInk. That's definitely shown in here. They definitely have a bit of a higher up level, and they actually gone to do the dominant fashion. But just because of turning results, that's the really big scenario that so many people have. And also, if there's so many teams joining up, that they get bumped one down. But honestly, GC to Typhoon.
There you go. Yeah, GG's Typhoon taking the gold medal here. Jorian, let's close this thing off. Where can people find you?
Okay. Twitch.tv, just Jorian2 on Twitch, and Jorian51 on Twitter. What about you, Brush?
You can find me everywhere at BrushStrokesSPL. Get your Twitter thumbs ready, because I have a feeling PowerInk is going to be storming the Twitters right now. For now, I'm not sure if we're going to be finding a raid yet, but okay, it looks like we're going to be raiding K-Bot here, doing some +2 scrim analysis live on the air, but soon they're going to be doing a coverage of Div 1 finals, Arctic Moon versus Sonder.
Feel like using Mac actually for that.
Right. Jorian, any final thoughts as we start sending people off to Kenneth?
Okay, so basically GG's on PowerInk and Typhoon, but really, again, for the side of Typhoon, GG to them and respect TF2.
There you have it. I've been Brush. On the mic with me has been Jorian. Have a good night, everyone.
Yeah, bye.